What's going on, world? This is your boy Eskino Fly, and I wanted to try something different. I don't mostly do live reaction videos on this channel, but except with the after party, and this is kind of after party ish, but I wanted to try something different with see how this video would go because I do want to do a live reaction to the double XL freshman list, but that's not. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna basically wait till it's fully done, and then I'm gonna just do that all at once. So for now, I wanted to do a video or something. I looked at and it kind of was interesting, so I wanted to uh, put the video here and you know do a reaction on that. So without further shoot, uh, I think it's about a woman. Okay, the title is called "When I Like Them, They Don't Like Me," and it's by this woman called the Womanican or Breed the Womanican. I've never seen her channel before. I've never seen some of her content before, so I am just going to um, pop her stuff right up here.
What's up? And I'm about to make some people.
And I guess it's just like I've seen videos like this about these people, especially in this generation, people just being alone and all that other stuff, and they don't have no friends, and I be wondering why. So I think it's good to investigate in some of these videos to see. As the plane goes. Anyway, I wanted to see some. Come on, Lord Jesus. All right. Anyway, I wanted to see one of these videos. Um, I don't know, just to get it popping. Let's just look at one of these videos. This was called "When I Like Them, They Don't Like Me" by Breed the Womanican, and let's get it popping. React to this.
Mad with this video, and so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just telling my story, and hopefully I'm able to tell it in a way that is understandable and I'm getting my point across. So you might be wondering, what's the point of this video? I want to share my story, and I want to speak to those of you who are going through something similar, so you understand that you're not alone, because bitch, I feel alone. In fact, that's the problem. That's the whole reason for this video is, boy, do I feel alone. Okay, so I just thought that I would tell you some experiences I have had and am currently experiencing now, and let's talk about it. But before we get into that, definitely remember to like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell. Definitely leave a comment below. Like I said, you guys have been really good at helping me out with the algorithm, and I'm getting a lot of views and a lot of subs, and I really love it. I love talking to you guys in the comments. I'm going to be completely upfront and say I can't get to everybody, especially if you're a person who left a really long, thoughtful comment. Do not think that I'm ignoring you. It's just sometimes I'm reading those comments while I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm just not completely, you don't want me to answer right then. You want my complete, full, undivided attention, and I want to give it to you. So just give me a sec. I hope that I get to it soon. Anyway, so there's a lot of things that have happened recently for me to talk about the video that I am currently talking about. And I don't want this to be a super long video, but just it's a combination of rejection mixed with loneliness, mixed with being unemployed for 4 months, mixed with being single for 4 years, mixed with taking stock of where I've been and where I'm going. Yeah. First off, I would like to say,
as someone who's been single for a while, the reason why I've been single for a while, because one, I took myself out the dating game There was a time where I wasn't making no money. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't making no money, and I wasn't bringing nothing to the table. So I felt like, what's the point of me dating if I'm not bringing anything to the table? Like I didn't have no job, and I barely. I was living with my family, which I'm grateful for to even have somewhere to live. And basically, it's just like it's funny because even then, people just like you should go. How come you ain't got no girl and all that other stuff? And I always looked at them funny when they said that. It's just like, bro, I don't have no. I'm broke, and I'm not one of those dudes that get emotional. Scratch that. I don't get emotional or intimidated if a girl makes more money than me. But I feel like I have to at least have something to offer you if I'm going to be in a relationship with you because I just can't be sitting there doing nothing while you, as a woman, pay for stuff and all that. I don't even like women. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even like women paying for me. I don't. There's women that pay for me that if you and you can ask them. It's just like I cringe every time they do that because I feel like that's not your job. And that's just me. That's just me on a personal level. Like, that's not your job to pay for my stuff. I do. That's the old school traditional part of me. I do feel like a man is supposed to pay for shit, if especially if I ask you out. But most of the time, they do ask themselves out. They ask out, you want to hang out with me. It's just like, and they go, I pay for it. I'm like, I don't want you to. I've been, and like a couple of them understand. A couple of them just like, uh, how can I say this? One girl just be like, why? It's like you don't pay because I don't paid for them already. It's just like I just no. I don't like women paying. I really do not like women paying for me. I feel it feels weird. I don't feel emasculated, but I do feel weird like when a woman pays for me. Now, if you give me a gift, like if you give me a gift and that comes straight from, or it's just like you want to treat me somewhere, I will say thank you. I'll be courteous. I'm not, but at the same time, it will still feel weird to me. That's just me, though. That's just, I don't know if anybody else felt like that, but that's just me. But, just go. Let's just keep going with the video.
That I am a person who thinks about how I'm single a lot. I think about it all the time. And I know how I feel about it. I don't like it. It's funny because I'm 32. I was talking to another one of my 30-something-year-old friends. She's a little older than me. And I said something about when I have kids. And she was like, you want kids? And I realized in that moment it was because she thought that since I was in my 30s and not dating anyone and hadn't been dating anyone the 4 years that she had known me, that just kids just weren't on my radar. And I was like, yeah, I want kids. I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry them by the time that they're available to me, but that I would like to have kids, which brings me back to like, why am I single? I was having another
funny thing she said about that. When I was like 16, I wanted 10 kids. I come from a big family. I wanted 10 kids of my own. Like, not on some Nick Cannon stuff. It was just like if I it's just coming from one person because there's a lot of us. Like I said, I come from a big family, and it's all from one father. Like it's all from one father. So and my parents we had six of us. My parents had six of us. So me, even though my parents both had great jobs, like great government jobs. We struggled because there was six of us, but I wouldn't have it any other way because my family. I love my family, but even then, I still wanted a big family. So, but realistically, now I'm just like three or four. But even then, I thought by the time I get 27, I would at least have a wife and like two kids. Now, 36 and not having no kids is to me is weird. Which is now I think a lot of people's life now. So that's another thing about millennial dating as a millennial.
A conversation with another one of my friends, and she said that she's been going on dates, but everybody that she's been going on dates with has been giving her the ick. It's funny because when she's on dates, she'll like text us like, oh no, this isn't gonna work out, or she'll send us things that they've sent her, and sometimes it's like petty. In fact, anytime you get the ick, it might be a little petty. In fact, I made a whole video that people did not watch. I don't know why people didn't watch it. I put a lot of work into that. I did research on that and everything. I have screenshots. I thought it was really funny. So check that out if it pleases you. We talk about the icks that people experience. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not my problem. My problem is not that I get the ick. My problem is I don't even get the date. I don't get there. And I'm going to explain what I mean, because I'm sure the first thing that you probably thought when I said that was, but you're so pretty.
It's me. I'm niggas. I said that. And I say this about people. I've said this about celebrities. It's just like, some of y'all are too pretty to be single. I've said that. Now, again, I know that what even saying that does not count as you don't know that person's attitude. You don't know how they act around people. They could be total bitches around people. They could just be unbearable to be around. Excuse me, I can speak. But I've also said that it's just like, I've seen some of the most gorgeous women, and when they say they single, it's just like, why? And that's my first reaction. Why? It's just like, y'all are some pretty gorgeous women. Why you're single? It's just, and then my second reaction is that you must be either crazy or you just, hide under a rock or something like that. Because I've seen some pretty women. It's just like, yeah, no nigga ain't scoop you up yet. So you ought to just really, really, really picky, or it's just that. But let's hear her reasons, because when she said, "But you're so pretty," that was me. Like, are you pretty? You shouldn't be single.
First off, thank you. I also think I'm pretty, but two things can be true. I guess I should tell you a little bit about my dating history. I have dated a total of 2 people in my adult life. I dated one for, I'm gonna say 18 months and the other for maybe 8 months. So I have around 2 years total dating experience in my entire 32 years of life. And I got my first boyfriend when I was 25 years old. All of this did not feel like it was by choice. And I'll get into that. I gotta stop looking at myself while I'm recording because I'm trying to make sure my hair looks great, and I'm also trying to make sure none of these fucking candles is lighting anything on fire back here. In one of these videos, everybody was like, oh my god, that candle's too close to those blinds. I'm so worried that they're gonna burn or catch on fire. They did. They definitely did. Thank you for telling me. I wish I had known that while it was happening, but that's what I keep looking at though. It's not out of vanity. Just trying to make sure ain't nothing catching on fire back here, okay? Because I light a bunch of candles for these things. And if you're wondering why, it's for the ambiance. Duh. But just a brief overview of my dating history. Because my dating history is so brief, like literally, my dating history is literally nothing. I feel like it would be more beneficial to let you know about the history of interest that I had, because that's more robust. I would say for every year of my life, I have had at least one major crush on somebody. There was maybe 1 year of my life where I didn't like anybody. It was like a couple years ago. I'm gonna say it was 2020. Yeah, it had to be 2020. I had just broken up with my last boyfriend and there was nobody. Bitch, there was nobody here. We were in quarantine. I wasn't going into work. But instead of starting from the beginning, I'm gonna actually start from the now. I have an interest in somebody. This person is unavailable. They showed interest in me last year. I'm not gonna lie, it was in a very weird way. And I was not prepared. I was trying to hook them up with my friend, and out of the blue, they showed interest in me instead. And before I could think about whether or not I was interested or not, they had a girlfriend. I don't know. And then nobody else really came along to take my interest away from that person. Prior to that person, I liked someone else. This individual was Asian and told me that he was not interested in black women. And I was just like, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about that. Prior to that, there was another person. I don't want to give too many details, honestly, because I don't know who's going to watch this. To be honest, I could honestly spill my guts right here in front of you. But something in the back of my brain is saying, hold back just a little. But I did like someone else. I'm just going to say that they were a bartender. They were also coupled. I liked them for maybe a year, 2 years, between it 1 and 2 years. And prior to that was that year where I liked nobody. And then prior to that, I don't know if I'm going to leave this in here because my mother, nobody in my family knows this, but I'm bi and I liked a girl. I like men 70%, women 30%. Most of my interest in women is physical. I've never dated a woman. Prior to that, I was in that relationship with the guy that I wasn't really interested in. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like him like that. I liked that he was intelligent. He was very handsome, but the chemistry was just not there. Prior to that, I was in a relationship with someone who used to choke me and throw me around the room. I didn't really like him either. I was with him because he was paying half my rent. It's so funny. I don't even know if I'm gonna get into it because
I don't know if that's abuse or fetish. It sounds like a little bit of both. Girl, you need help. I like, and the way she described it was so nonchalantly. It's just like, I don't know whether I'm trying to figure out if she was kinky or she was just in an abusive relationship. But it sounded like both. Girl, I hope you get some help because that's not, I don't know, that just don't seem normal. Seem like a cry for help.
because I know a lot of people aren't into astrology. All I'm gonna say is if you look up Venus in Virgo, that's me to a T. So having a partner who is financially stable is really important to me. It's actually a requirement. I think I could be with the most perfect person in the world, but if that fucker ain't got a job, you gotta go. And it's not even about me being taken care of. It's not about somebody spending money on me, but I can't be somebody's sugar mama. And in my most recent relationship, that's what happened. I made a video about that too, about the guy that I dated that was 7 years younger than me. And I said the biggest difference was not in our age, it was in our bank account. And that's because that's what's important to me. That's like a requirement. It's not even one of those things where it's like I can work around it. I can't be with someone who is draining resources from me because, bitch, it's hard enough for me to figure shit out for myself. I can't be figuring shit out for the both of us. But yeah, so that
this is one of those things I always wonder with women. It's just that I understand if you like somebody, you want to spend money on them. But I've had this epiphany because, like I said, the girl that wanted, let's say, like the girl that wanted to take me on a birthday, and I told her, you don't have to do it. It was like I wasn't making her, and it was like repeatedly told her because she always asked me what I'm doing on my birthday, and I say nothing. And I go, and she'll go, you should do something. And I'm like, I have no money. And I told her, it was like, at that point, I was broke. And I have no money. It's just, I don't. Now, when I did, or even when I did have money, it's just like, I didn't like women paying for me. Like I said before. Now, the thing is, I don't, which is another reason why I don't get into relationships broke. Now, there's a difference between like, girl making more money than you than someone broke because my ex that she made more money than me, but I had my own money, so I never really like drained her. Like I never asked her for much or anything. Now, she like when we go somewhere, I did pay for dates. She had a car, I didn't, but I would put gas in her car. It was just like and. When she wanted to go somewhere, we go somewhere. But I still did the traditional things like pay for dates, put the gas in her car, and all that other stuff. I just couldn't drive at that time. But I always wonder. It's just like what, as a woman, it's just like I can understand you not wanting to drain your assets, but let's just like okay. I think this is the question I want to ask. If I make less than you, do you feel like you're going to be spending money on me, even if I don't want your money? That's the one thing I want to know from women because I can understand you not dating a bum or a broke nigga, but if a man makes less than you, but he knows how to manage his money to where he never have to ask you for money, it's like, how come y'all don't date those guys? It seems like y'all never date those guys. Like, you make more money than me, but I know how to manage my money. I know how to, like, I know how to manage myself to where I can get through a whole week without asking people, pay my bills on time. A man pay his bills on time and all that other stuff. Yeah. Um, I don't think y'all ever dating those guys. And I'm talking to the women that, y'all get into these type of relationships. We talk about, I can understand, like, I do understand, like, hypergamy. I do understand that, but it seems like the man he basically money. You just don't make your money, but he knows how to manage himself. It's just like, why don't y'all date those guys? Because obviously they don't need your money, and even then they're not there for your money. Because I think this is a lot of women. I feel like when y'all feel like y'all dating a man that's make less than y'all feel like that they're after your money, and half the time men don't care about your money. I've always said this. I'm never intimidated about a woman making no money, because if I have a job, I'm working. I got my own money. I can take care of myself. I don't need to ask you for shit. Half the times, I don't even ask women for shit. Now, if you want to like do stuff, yeah, we could do stuff, but most of the time it's just like, I don't ever really have to ask you for shit. And I feel like most women, if you really, I should really date dudes like that. It's just like they make their own money. And they don't, but they may not make your money, but they make their money and they manage themselves. Why don't y'all go after them? And that's the type of people I feel like. Even Ebony K. Williams. Okay, you don't have to date a bus driver, but if a dude makes his own money and he doesn't really need your money nor ask for your money, it's like, you should date him, because obviously he's still there for you. But I feel like women, they get in that man position. They feel like, oh, he's gonna be after your money. It's just like, men don't care. When we say men don't care about what you make, we really don't. We don't care about your degrees. We really don't. It's just, we care about y'all. But you also got to realize that you're not going to be in the traditional type of relationship either. But I also think that type of traditional relationship is dead. But that's another talk.
There was the guy that was choking me. Prior to him, I really liked this guy. I really thought he was great. He went to a school that was close to my house. I was like 24. You're gonna think this is really sad, but I liked him for a year, and he was also in a relationship, and I waited that shit out because that's how much I liked him. I waited it out because I thought that he was worth it. He also approached me very weird. I didn't know what was going on. I'm gonna say this because it's happened a few times where a guy will approach me in a way without verbalizing what's going on, and I'm too afraid to say something because I don't want to scare him off. But I end up scaring him off because I'm acting weird because he's acting weird. That's happened a couple of times. So in this situation, I like that guy. I was really only interested in him. He was always with his girlfriend and very much like a good man and stuff. And I was never a homewrecker. I never was in there trying to talk to him or anything like that. I just used to be around, and you can say it was pathetic because it was, but I used to just be around. And in my mind, I was like, I'm just gonna be here. I'm gonna be cool, and I'm gonna be clearly a fucking pick-me, because what the fuck else could I have been doing? That's not the first time that happened either. That's not the last time that happened either. But I said I was gonna make a video about being a pick-me because I did it a lot. I did it all.
The pick-me thing aside, I think this is another problem. We don't know how to approach each other, and I think it's worse after the pandemic. I've been saying this for a while. Like, the pandemic really fucked us up because a lot of people don't know how to approach people. And now, and from both sides, like, men don't really know how. It's more or less to read the room, because men will, even back then, men will, if we see a girl, we just gonna holler. That's a dude on the street. It's just like you see a girl, you're gonna holler. You don't know when or where you're gonna see that girl again. Especially if you live in places like New York or me in DC. Seen a lot of pretty girls that I was like, I will never see that girl again. So, people shoot their shot there. You got them old R&B videos where a girl go walking down the street and niggas just, girl. Or, back then where dudes will literally pull a girl and, yo, excuse me, ma, let me holler at you. Yo, DC, we got the... DC, the way dudes holler to girls to DC, if you got yellow pants, they were like, yellow pants. And they'll just yell at yellow pants. I don't know how they do it in other states, but like I know in DC is, if someone want to holler at you, go, yellow pants. Yo, I'm trying to holler at you, yellow pants, and all that stuff. And now it's just like, yo, what's up, Queen? What's up, beautiful? I hate that approach. I really do. Even if you are beautiful and all that other stuff, it's just, what's up, Queen? What's up? To me, the way I used to approach women, because I don't approach women on the metro, because I feel like in the metro is the most where you really want to mind your business, and sometimes some of the sleaziest people are on the metro. And so I feel like if I approach someone there, that's the worst. So quick story. One of my female friends I was going to school with, and I wasn't even trying to holler at her. It's just we just went to school, and I saw her, and I just wanted to say what's up, and I slowly walked up to her. She probably don't remember this, and like she like without reaction, she had a fist balled up like she was ready to fight, and she had to attitude me. I was like, yo. And I looked at it, I was like, yo, it's me. Right? My bad. I don't know if I came up to you. I just wanted to say what's up. And like we knew each other. Don't get me wrong, we knew each other very well. And like I always support her in the stuff. I still support her on the things because she's an amazing photographer. But yeah, that metro, it puts you in an atmosphere like I don't want to deal with these niggas, and a lot of them are rude when they usually kind of like approach you. So that's why I don't really approach people in the metro. So, and that's just, like I said, that's just me. But usually how I approach people is just like through conversations or something like that, or like little small talk. Small talk works. I tell people all the time, small talk works. I remember when I was in the Navy, and there was this pretty dark-skinned girl, and it's just like I just threw up a conversation, and then like I asked her to go to lunch with, and it was easier then because it's just like we was trying to get to know each other. Everybody was trying to get to know everybody, but I don't know. I saw her at a conversation, and then next thing you know, I was just like, "Where you eating at? You want to go?" We go get lunch. It was like she's married to another dude, but like we was cool like the whole thing, but. That's how I usually approach people. It's just like I try to be as nice, as friendly, and as approachable as possible, off of no creep shit. That way you're not thrown off. And the majority of the time it works. So, but like I said, it's all about your approach. I think I'm a better wing. I will say this: I'm a better wingman than sometimes with the cold approach, because there's times where like. If I'm trying to get someone else the wrong number, I just walk up to because it's not me. I'll go walk up to a girl, and I did this in the club because I was trying to help my two white friends, and I was trying to get them drinks and I was showing them out on the night of town, and I remember just going, "Excuse me," and I looked at them and go, "Excuse me, like I got some friends in here that want to." They're trying to have a good time. If I buy you some drinks, can you go talk to a couple of my boys for me? And they was like, all right. And then, I bought the girls the drinks, and then like learned that one of them was a baker, the other one, I forgot what she did. And I brought them over to the table. They fucked up then, but I did my part. And then have the nerve to ask me, yo, can you think you do it again? I'm like, nigga, no. but that's just me being a better wingman because I feel like I don't have to try much. But just be a good wingman. But best video.
Whole lot. Anyway, but yeah, so I was just around, and what ended up happening was one day he just started messaging me and contacting me out of the blue, wanting to hang out and like coming over, and we would hang out, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, did he break up with his girlfriend? I was like, what if him and his girlfriend aren't broken up, but they're like in a weird place? Or what if they're on a break? And I was so afraid to say anything to him because I thought that he was just not, I don't know. But I didn't say anything. What ended up happening was because we never talked about what we were, we ended up going to a party together. I danced with another guy at that party, and this guy that I waited for a year for never talked to me again. And that's exactly what happened. Prior to that, I had a crush on a guy for a very long time, for 10 years. I dated other guys in that span. I was a pick-me for another guy. So pretty much that's a lot of my background and what happened. So you might be wondering, how did that turn into me being single for 4 years? Does that mean like I wasn't going on dates or I wasn't active on the apps? So
before she gives her answer, I want to take this guess. I think she's awkward to approach. And a lot of you women do not give signs. It's like for a man to approach you or to be safe to approach you, especially if you like to do. Back then, in the olden days, if you like the person, you like, let's just say a woman would drop a handkerchief just for you to pick up, and you go, hey, you drop this. And then, then y'all start a conversation. You make it like women, you don't have to make the first move, but you can give him an opening that, can make the approach easier. And dudes, and I guess sometimes we're oblivious sometimes, but I think when we know there's an opening, a dude is going to shoot a shot. Especially if you find him attractive, he finds you attractive. Sometimes you got to do something to, just at least let them know, okay, it's okay to approach you. I think you women need to do that part. I can understand playing hard to get, but if you're interested in something, you just like, some women just go for the gusto now, but a lot of people, you just like, you're not giving them signs that says, hey, come talk to me. I like you. I think you women should start doing that. And and just hope that the guy understands the signs.
So 2 of those years are kind of.
But yeah, I don't want to say she looks unapproachable. I just think that she makes herself harder to approach, and men don't know if they should or should not approach them. So let's just go with it.
Hard for me to count because I had COVID. So 2 things happened when I had COVID. First off, I gained a lot of weight from being sick. So currently I am 30 pounds down from the highest weight that I was when I had COVID. So I've lost a lot of weight. I'm going to tell you right now, that did not matter. I've been heavier than that. I'm not saying it's not a factor. I personally have never experienced weight be a factor in attraction for me and another person. And I've been 175 pounds at my highest, and I've been 130 pounds at my lowest, and I've never seen it be an issue ever. Not to say that's not the case for other people. So my experience in real life is colored by a lot of things, because really what ultimately ended up happening was the type of guys that I used to be attracted to when I was younger started becoming attracted to me as I got older, because I had grown into myself. Unfortunately, these men had not. I had done the work to grow as a person, and the men had not. But the guys that I used to be attracted to, I kind of realized sucked. I wasn't able to have robust conversations with them. I didn't have any chemistry with them. And I think it's funny because a lot of the reason why I grew so much as a person was not because because I wanted to. I'm gonna tell you something about me. I really like that a lot of people really seem to like my personality and they think that I'm very relatable. And I'm gonna tell you this, bitch. It's not because I wanted to be. It's because I had to be. If you saw my videos before, you would know that I was very lonely. I had no friends. And now you know that I was unchosen. I was not chosen by anyone. I'm just gonna say it was like this. When I liked them, they didn't like me. When they liked me, I didn't like them. And it's just as simple as that. I'm trying to like preemptively respond to things that I know I'm gonna get in the comments. Like people are gonna say, your standards must be too high, or there must be something wrong with you, or you must be lying, or something like that. My standards are average for what they probably should be. For a long time, I thought my standards were too high. And you know why I thought my standards were too high? Because I have to feel attraction for someone in order for me to
let this be a lesson to a lot of you men. Okay, and this is vice versa. It's just like sometimes a woman is not attracted to you. They're not going to give you their best effort. Sometimes if they're really repulsed by you, they're going to want you to go away. So they're make themselves real standoffish or real cold to not be attracted by you. But I feel like even then, because I know a lot of people get in relationships that they don't like the person, but the person do stuff like they'll take care of them or some things like that. They'll be a sugar baby to sugar them out, and they don't like them. And then like once they lose it all, they're gone. You don't want those type of relationships because you will want someone that just like genuinely likes you as a person, like genuinely like you as a person. Like they like being around you, your personality. Like even if you didn't have money, they would like you around it because you will make things better. Like money, don't get me wrong, money is a factor, and obviously for her, like being financially stable is a factor too. That is, to me, that is important. Like I said, I wasn't even dating people because I didn't have no money, and to me, it's just like I can't even ask you what you bring to the table. I'm not even bringing nothing. So why would I ask you that if I'm not bringing nothing? But even with her, it's just like I had it and I lost it. But the point is, if a lot of these women, they do got to feel some type of attraction, and you got to ignite that attraction for them to like really get the best part of them. So let's continue.
Want to date them. And because I was a narcissist, I thought that every person that I was attracted to, also I used to be a narcissist, I thought that every person I was attracted to was the most beautiful thing walking when I was interested in them. Looking back on some of those people now, first of all, my friends were quick to tell me they were quick to say that, and I would be like, haters. But looking back on some of them, they're average looking men. I thought that I was shooting for the moon when really I think I was within my range. I don't know, maybe I wasn't, but that's why for a long time I did think I was shallow. My standards now have definitely shifted, and they haven't shifted in a linear way. It's more like the different sliders have changed. Like I'm much more flexible on certain things and much more rigid on other things. That's how things have happened. In terms of dating, the last date I went on that I knew was definitely a date was 4 years ago at the beginning of the pandemic. It was a guy from my job, and he took a picture of me while we were at the table without asking for my permission. And the only way I knew that is because he left the flash on, but he had the camera sitting like this, and I could tell. I don't think I was supposed to know. I think it was a black girl fetish. He was white, and he definitely told me a lot of times that he was not usually attracted to black women, but somehow, for some reason, he was attracted to me. I don't know how I felt about that. I don't want to be the first black girl some non-black person's ever dated. I also don't want to date someone who has only dated black women if they're non-black. That definitely gives me the creeps. However, that was the last date that I had been on. Why did it not work out? It didn't work out for a couple couple of reasons. Namely, I ended up getting sick with COVID. He says that I ghosted him. I don't remember it that way. I remember really liking him and not feeling that reciprocal energy from him back. I don't know. But that was the last person that I dated that I knew that I dated. I guess I technically had a date last year. I'm trying to think of what I consider dates, because there are a lot of dates that I don't really consider a date. What's a date? Because I technically had a date 2 nights ago, if I'm considering anytime somebody asked me out a date, but I didn't really consider it a date. And I told the person that I was with, I was like, because I knew the people who worked at the bar that we went to, and I was like, they're gonna think we're on a date. And he was like, and he didn't say anything. And I wasn't trying to fish for, is this a date? I didn't consider it a date because, first off, he told me he has a fiance. I was hanging out with him as a friend, okay, as a neighbor, because he's one of my neighbors, but he ended up saying some things that made me think that maybe.
Also, people in this generation, make it clear, fellas, and I'm talking to the fellas, make it clear, I would like to take you out on a date. I would like to take you out on a date. What do you consider as a date? Can I take you out on a date? Hell, even if you just want to hang out with a person and go, hey, can we go to somewhere to eat? And, eat and talk. I don't know if you consider that dating, but at least, getting to know each other. Every girl that I like, hell, even if I wasn't dating them, but let's just say like we was having conversations, right? And we was having real good conversations. Would you like to go to this spot with me? And maybe it's just me, I'm just old school. And I made it fucking clear. One girl gave me a kiss on the cheek because, again, but she was like 20 when I did this. She's married now to a woman, but she's always like wondered about her sexuality, I think. I don't know, because she used to ask me about questions about sexuality and all that other stuff. And I'm 100% straight, but, I think she was just like, wondering about her sexuality. She's married to a woman now. I haven't talked to her in a minute, but she was good people. But even then, but she was dating dudes when I know, so she was out of bi. She was at least bi. But anyway, we was having a good conversation. Like we was having, and I was hungry. And sometimes when I'm hungry, it was just like, I'm about to go to this spot right here. Would you like to come with? And like we was having a good conversation. I didn't want to end the conversation, so I was like, I would like to go to this. I forgot where I went. I know I didn't go to McDonald's, but I went to just some type of restaurant. But I was like, I'm about to go to this restaurant. You want to come with? She was like, I ain't got no money. I was like, I'll pay for you. Like I said, because I like paying for women's food and all that other stuff. And she was so taken aback by it. And it was just like she gave me a kiss on the cheek. It was like, I guess no one's never done that before. Because I've talked to women and says no one's never took you on a date before, or shit like that. I'd be like, damn, is it really that bad out there? And even like I said, even when I'm not like me and I remember I was doing a film project, and this was like the first time I was working with Selena. Shout out to Selena, and it was the first time I was working with, and I was fucking hungry. I was like, but I was going to McDonald's, and I looked at her. I was like, yo, I'm about to go to McDonald's. You want to come with? And she was like, I ain't got no money. She was like, I got you. And you can ask anybody, dudes or females, is like, if I'm going somewhere and like I don't mind paying. It's like I don't expect nothing in return, but either I don't mind paying either. Especially like those with college kids, and like a lot of them is hungry. You could, and I just be curious like that. It's just like I don't expect nothing in return, but just to get to people to know better. You guys, most of the people that I done like gone ate with, it's just like I got it. Yeah, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I got it. Just before inflation, though. Like, I still do it. Don't get me wrong. The last person I went out in the movies with, and then, like, We ate food before we get in there. I paid for her shit, and I paid for her ticket. Like, because I had it. I was like, I got it. It was like, I'm not gonna take you out here and say you not had it. So, but yeah, I think that's just how I am. But
he thought it was a date or would have been okay with it being a date, and it.
Oh yeah, sorry for the rambling, but yeah, make it clear that you want to take that person out on a date. Whether she says yes or no or not, just make it clear. Not be like, oh, you couldn't consider this a date? Oh, I thought this was a date. No. I want to take you out on a date, fellas. We got to stop being afraid to ask women out, especially if you like the person and you know that, hey, let's go somewhere and eat. Let's just do it. Take them out.
It made me feel weird. However, the last time I went out with someone solo, and it was like most likely a date because they were definitively single, probably was that guy that I was talking about earlier who I was trying to hook up with my friend, that I said was weird because I was trying to hook him up with my friend, and then it was like he showed interest in me and I wasn't prepared for it. And in fact, I didn't think he was serious because he messaged me after we had all went out as a group, and I just thought he was drunk, and I was just like, oh, this guy. But then he messaged me again a couple days later, and I was really uncomfortable with it because my friend had liked him, but then when I told her he had messaged me when he was drunk, she was really mad, and so she was like out of town, and I didn't really know. I was like, what is my obligation as a friend if a guy that my friend did not date but liked, had interest in, but they didn't date? I don't know. I felt weird about it. But then when we were on the date, the guy got like super, super drunk. Like, I don't even think he remembered any of the date. That's how drunk he got. But I was willing to overlook that. I still felt weird about my friend liking him because I hadn't gotten her a sign off on it. I didn't even tell her that we had went out again. I felt really uncomfortable with it, but I was like, if he's serious, then we can talk about it. Maybe he just got really drunk because he was nervous. He said he didn't drink that often, like before we even went out. We had 2 gin and tonics, bitch. So clearly he doesn't drink that often. So I was willing to overlook it. He didn't touch me inappropriately or try anything weird with me. So I was willing to give it another shot, but he stopped talking to me forever after that. So I don't know. Maybe he felt, maybe he didn't like the way I handled it, or maybe he just didn't like me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I asked my sister. Usually when I hear stories like this, and I ask my sister, like, "Who the fuck are these niggas?" I ask this question a lot because my little sister would tell you this. It's not that I don't believe y'all. I do, but I get into these arguments because. And I need to respond to this girl because she's just like, she had this video that, these are adult men, or these are men that, are functioning men. I was just like, men have a hierarchy the way we look at other men, that when they say or do stuff. And, when y'all complain about why you men do this, and then as men, we're like, I don't know these niggas. And like some of you people, some of these people that I'm sorry, I was looking at this message. I just texted B just to see if she wanted to jump on. But like my sister would talk about these dudes, and I'm like, I don't know these niggas. And then like I get into this argument with other women because y'all mentioned men that. I don't know. I feel like these are the worst of the worst, or they're just awkward men. And it's just like, who are these niggas? And then when y'all like talk about these men, it's just like, I don't hang around niggas like that. I don't. And I tell people all the time, I don't hang around these awkward, weirdo dudes. And most of my friends are anime nerds or like into video games and all that other stuff, but they don't act stupid. They act like normal civilized human beings. Or like even like military people, they don't do no gropey, aggressive, rapey stuff. They like normal fucking human beings, and they're just normal. I don't know these niggas. So when I tell people, it's like, I don't know who you hanging around with, I be serious about this. And then sometimes when you see them and you're like, oh, these are the niggas you talk about. And then the men goes the same reaction you do. It's just like, you're a fucking dude's a fucking weirdo. And sometimes as men, even if we're your friend or like whether we're trying to smash or not, if we telling you that nigga is a fucking weirdo, usually we're usually on point. It's like that nigga is a fucking weirdo. I don't hang around with niggas like that. And then like we have our own personal hierarchy because even though you will consider them as adult men, they walk and talk, they do pay their bills and some shit like that. We have this built-in hierarchy. One is personal, but usually one is kind of universal. We have a personal hierarchy, and then there's a universal hierarchy. That like some of the men that women explain to, I don't really fucking like. I don't hang around them. So when you explain men that ain't shit, I don't hang around them. But Material Life's done into the chat. What's up, B?
What's good, Ray?
Okay. Are you busy?
A little bit, but I'm just at work. But
I was first off. I got straight off of work and I wanted to make some content. And I saw this video that was kind of interesting. But she was like, "When I don't like," there's a girl explaining why like she hasn't had a date in 4 years. So
that's my type of content. I like it.
So I'm already like 18 minutes in, but I don't. But I feel like when she's telling this story, and she's kind of long. Don't get me wrong, she's kind of long-winded. I was like, I feel like B can like decipher what type of woman she is and why she hasn't had a date in 4 years. So I wanted to kind of put you to the test. So.
I might agree with her concept. Let me see.
Why you say that?
You know my thought process. I feel like wasting time is for like people who just ain't got nothing going on. So
Okay.
like if you're not interested in the person, if you don't like the person, why waste your time and their time? Like doing these like short-winded, I just have conversation type, wasteful experience.
Okay. All right. I had to switch up the video since if I'd have played it on the share video thing, I don't think we wouldn't be on the same page. So I switched to the video format so we could be on the same page. So I'm gonna just start right here because and if you spot anything out, you know what to say. Pause it and then you can see what type of you can say whatever you want. All right, B.
Got it.
All right. So I'm gonna play it right here.
Really like that a lot of people really seem to like my personality and they think that I'm very relatable. And I'm gonna tell you this, bitch. It's not because I wanted to be. It's because I had to be. If you saw my videos before, you would know that I was very lonely. I had no friends. And now you know that I was unchosen. I was not chosen
Wait,
by.
hold on. I might have to restart because I don't see your screen. Okay, I see your screen now. I see it.
I don't know.
No, I see your screen now.
All right. Let me know if you can hear it too.
bitch. It's not because I wanted to be.
Yeah, I can
It's
hear.
because I had to be.
Okay.
If you saw my videos before, you would know that I was very lonely. I had no friends. And now you know that I was unchosen. I was not chosen by anyone. I'm just going to say it was like this. When I liked them, they didn't like me. When they liked me, I didn't like them. And it's just as simple as that. I'm trying to like preemptively respond to things that I know I'm going to get in the comments, like people are going to say your standards must be too high, or there must be something wrong with you, or you must be lying, or something like that. My standards are average for what they probably should be. For a long time, I thought my standards were too high. And you know why I thought my standards were too high? Because I have to feel attraction for someone in order for me to want to date them. And because I was a narcissist, I thought that every person that I was attracted to, also I used to be a narcissist, I thought that every person I was attracted to was the most beautiful thing walking when I was interested in them. Looking back on some of those people now, first of all, my friends were quick to tell me he died. They were quick to say that, and I would be like, haters. But looking back on some of them, they're average looking men. I thought that I was shooting for the moon when really, I think I was within my range. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. But that's why for a long time, I did think I was shallow. My standards now have definitely shifted, and they haven't shifted in a linear way. It's more like the different sliders have changed. Like I'm much more flexible on certain things and much more rigid on other things. That's how things have happened in terms of dating. The last date I
Let me ask you this: what are you flexible on, and what are you rigid on? B, you there? Victoria left. You there? Oh shit! Dang, where'd she go? Shoot. She was just here. I don't know if she was back, but I'm gonna just go ahead and play.
went on that I knew was definitely a date was 4 years ago at the beginning of the pandemic. It was a guy from my job, and he took a picture of me while we were at the table without asking for my permission. And the only way I knew that is because he left the flash on, but he had the camera sitting like this, and I could tell. I don't think I was supposed to know. I think it was a black girl fetish. He was white, and he definitely told me a lot of times that he was not usually attracted to black women, but somehow, for some reason, he was attracted to me. I don't know how I felt about that. I don't want to be the first black girl some non-black person's ever dated. I also don't want to date someone who has only dated black women if they're non-black. That definitely gives me the creeps. However, that was the last date that I had been on. Why did it?
From a black woman's standards, I understand that. Like, I can understand, like, especially because it can lead to a very dangerous thing to be fetishized as a black woman. I feel like as a black man, we don't care much. Like, if we're looking for a suitable partner, we care. But if we're just looking just to smash, I feel like men don't care. It's just, this black male fetish that you want, what's up? What's good? But I feel like when we're trying to look for someone with a legitimate person, I feel like that's when men care. But other than that, I don't see men really caring that they're a fetish or not. So
Did not work out. It didn't work out for a couple of reasons. Namely, I ended up getting sick with COVID. He says that I ghosted him. I don't remember it that way. I remember really liking him and not feeling that reciprocal energy from him back. I don't know. But that was the last person that I dated that I knew that I dated. I guess I technically had a date last year. I'm trying to think of what I consider dates, because there are a lot of dates that I don't really consider a date. What's a date? Because I technically had a date 2 nights ago, if I'm considering anytime somebody asked me out a date, but I didn't really consider it a date. And I told the person that I was with, I was like, because I knew the people who worked at the bar that we went to, and I was like, they're going to think we're on a date. And he was like, and he didn't say anything. And I wasn't trying to fish for, is this a date? I didn't consider it a date because, first off, he told me he has a fiance. I was hanging out with him as a friend, okay, as a neighbor, because he's one of my neighbors, but he ended up saying some things that made me think that maybe he thought it was a date or would have been okay with it being a date, and it made me feel weird. However, the last time I went out with someone...
You good?
That just confused me.
What did?
So he has a whole fiance, and y'all went to go eat dinner or whatever. Like, that's backwards.
Okay, and this was what I was saying before, right before
but how
you went
does
on.
she not know what a date is exactly? Like, how do you not know what a date is? How do you go to eat dinner with somebody who has a whole fiance? And how do you go fish to see if it was a date? He's engaged. You don't need to fish to see if it's a date. It should not even be a date. It should not even be a thing.
Okay, so this is exactly what I was saying before you hopped on. And I was saying, I think there's people in this generation, they don't really specify, I can speak. They don't specify that they're on a date or not. Like, sometimes when you say you want to go hang out and you're thinking this is just a hangout, most people don't think it's a date. And I feel like you got to, as a man, you got to make it clear to the woman that I want to take you out on a date. And a lot of people don't do that. That's probably why she didn't think it was a date.
First of all, he has a fiance. It should have.
Live streaming is on.
All right, go ahead, B. Go ahead, Material Life, as you were saying. Material Life, you there? Just kicking your ass. Damn. This is really kicking our ass today. But
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
That's so crazy. I said he has the guy she went to go eat with. He has a whole fiance. It should have never been a thought process that this might be a date, or she should have never even been fishing to see if it might be considered a date. Like, that's just backwards.
That's a good point. Can't doubt that. Which is why people
like, I was fishing to see. Like, what are you fishing to see? Like, the man is unavailable. So clearly, if you think he might be available, you think the woman he's getting married to, or like, do you have secret hot feelings for him? Like, it's not making sense. It's giving backwards. And those are the type of women that will, when I say I don't even need my man to have friends, females, these are the type of one I'm talking about.
I think she also mentioned that the guy was white, and like he hit her with the I'm normally not attracted to black women, but you are the first black woman to attract to. And I was saying that as a woman, I can understand like how being fetishized as a black woman, that can really be off-putting and offset. And I said, as men, I said, if we're just trying to smash, I think we don't care. But if we're looking for a mate, and it happens to be a white girl, I can understand that could be a problem. So,
wait, who said that? Like, was this from another fake date she went on?
Yeah, the guy she's talking about with the fiance, I guess he was white. So
they don't even know each other like that. Like, it was given very much getting to know each other vibes. And he has a fiance, so she should have never been outside, to be honest.
There you go. Stay your ass inside. All right, let's get back to the video.
Solo, and it was like most likely a date because they were definitively single. Probably was that guy that I was talking about earlier who I was trying to hook up with my friend that I said was weird because I was trying to hook him up with my friend, and then it was like he showed interest in me and I wasn't prepared for it. And in fact, I didn't think he was serious because he messaged me after we had all went out as a group, and I just thought he was drunk, and I was just like, oh, this guy. But then he messaged me again a couple days later, and I was really uncomfortable with it because my friend had liked him. But then when I told her he had messaged me when he was drunk, she was really mad. And so she was like out of town, and I didn't really know. I was like, what is my obligation as a friend if a guy that my friend did not date but liked, had interest in, but they didn't date? I don't know. I felt weird about it. But then when we were on the date, the guy got like super, super drunk. Like, I don't even think he remembered any of the date. That's how drunk he got. But I was willing to overlook that. I still felt weird about my friend liking him because I hadn't gotten her a sign off on it. I didn't even tell her that we had went out again. I felt really uncomfortable with it, but I was like, if he's serious, then we can talk about it. Maybe he just got really drunk because he was nervous. He said he didn't drink that often, like when we even went out.
Now you see exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't even see this part yet. The fact that, like I said, these are the type of girls, when I say I don't want my man to have female friends, these are the type of people I'm talking about. Like, first of all, she kind of know what she did was wrong. She's like, oh, she didn't even want to let her friend know that she went on a date with him, even though you attempted to hook your friend up with him. Then you turned around and sugarcoated yourself in the middle of it. And then now you're like questioning and this and that. And you was willing to give him a chance, even though he's a freaking alcoholic and he can never stay sober at any time they got together. But girl, okay, girl. But you claiming you haven't been on a date in 4 years? Girl, bye. I'm not believing that.
Also, if you knew you was hooking a friend up, you should have just kept it to trying to hook it up with your friend. Like, obviously, she's a terrible wingman. That's just what.
First of all, she should have never even hooked up her friend if she knew she had some sort of interest in him. Like, you secretly had interest in him. Why did you even give your friend him as an option when you secretly have interest of him? Like, you can't just all of a sudden go on a blind date and now you have feelings for this guy. Wait, what? Okay, well.
And this is why I wanted B on here. I was like, maybe she, B will probably pick up something that I'm not picking up. But and there you have it. All right, let's get back into the video.
We had 2 gin and tonics, bitch. So clearly he doesn't drink that often. So I was willing to overlook it. He didn't touch me inappropriately or try anything weird with me. So I was willing to give it another shot, but he stopped talking to me forever after that. So I don't know. Maybe he felt, maybe he didn't like the way I handled it, or maybe he just didn't like me, which is what this video is about people not liking me. And I don't know what it is. I watched Beatrice Caruso's video on it. I watched a couple of videos on it, and I wanted to make this video because I specifically wanted to make this video for people who are interested in finding a partner, who've actively been looking for a partner, and they don't know what they're doing wrong. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. First off, I don't get approached in public by non-creepy people. That's number one. And I don't really go out in public. I mean, I will say this. Okay. There are people who have shown interest in.
She's doing a lot of double talk. I'm noticing that. She's doing a lot of double talk where it's just like, I don't have creepy people go out and talk to me, but then again, I don't really go out much. So it's just,
most
people most people that's outside, you get a bunch of people talk to you, whether they're creepy or not. A lot of people just talk to you, but it's just like you either outside, you're a homebody, not like a little both. But I see a lot of double talking there. What do you see?
I agree.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. Let's get back into the video.
In me that I would definitely say no to because of clear lack of compatibility with that person, or just like complete uninterest in terms of attraction on my side. I think like for me, it has to be like, am I attracted to this person? Yes or no? Could I become attracted to this person? Yes or no? Am I attracted to this person's personality? It's like this. If a person comes up to me cold, I have to be physically attracted to them first. If I get to know somebody over the course of some time, I can become attracted to them based on their personality. And then I'm willing to have that conversation. But number one, guys that I'm attracted to, why am I holding up my pinky? Number one, guys that I'm attracted to just out in the wild are not attracted to me. If they are, they're not coming up and approaching me. This is where the problem comes in. Because on apps, I do not stand out. I'm aware, and it's fine. It's just the unfortunate circumstance. A picture that I posted on my IG a few days ago says something like, I hate being pretty in the mirror, but not pretty in pictures. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I am. In pictures, I look like a basic bitch. I don't stand out, and I'm aware. And it could be a situation where maybe I just got to learn my angles. I got chubby cheeks, and chubby cheeks just don't photograph well. And
I don't know on Instagram, so, but I guarantee you that's not it. Something tells you that's not it. But then again, I don't know Instagram, but it's just maybe I don't know. Maybe if I look her up and maybe find her Instagram, maybe. But something tells me that's not it, and why they don't approach you. But I'm pretty sure she has a. And I think I said this before you walked in. She doesn't really open herself to be approached. She doesn't look like the type of person to be open herself. Like even if she likes the person, she doesn't know how to open herself up to be approached to. So that's the feeling I'm getting at, and I think I'm on point with that. What you think?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. You was muted.
This is so frustrating. It keeps on doing that to me. But I feel like she's fishing for compliments. She's one of those type of people who, like, first of all, you can tell she's pretty. Like nothing about you screams. And then even she's on video right now. Even if she wasn't on video, the same video that you're doing is the same way you portray on camera. Like so, like I feel like she's fishing. She gives me like weirdo vibes because it's just like, girl, like, what personality are you? Like, what trait are you? Like, who you are? What do you do? Like, it's giving all over the place. My At this point, I think she's just making a video just to make a video, but in reality, it's not giving that.
Okay. I found her Instagram. It's in a. Let's see if I can.
I don't think it's her Instagram problem. It's
It's not
literally who
an.
she is.
I agree with you,
Even,
but I do want
even
you.
when she
Let me see.
breaks down this whole situation about how, the guys, because girl, first of all, we don't even know who you are. You done gave us 7 different personalities, so I don't know. Like you disloyal, you're a backstabber, you
Damn.
have no morals. So
These
what
are
guy
pictures.
would want that?
Her
This one
pictures
talking
are
about some
fine.
it's the exactly. I told you she's fishing for compliments and she's not getting it out of me. Like you literally backstab your friends. So at this point, you would backstab anybody.
Because she was like, I have chubby cheeks. I can see a little chubby cheeks, but ain't no dude. That's why I said ain't no dude not denying that. And I'm looking at her pictures. Her pictures are fine. These are.
She's recording what she looks like on that camera screen that she's recording on is what she normally looks like. It'd be one thing when somebody on camera and they look dusty, and then you see them in person like, wow, but that's not that. She doesn't give that on camera.
Oh shoot! God damn it! But yeah. So far, what I looked at, yeah, she looks fine. Ain't nothing wrong with her. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with B there. And like I said, even then, like even I was like, I'm not sure it's not that because I know some dudes that were straight college. I'm not. She's like above average. So and like she looks presentable in her pictures. So ain't no dudes not turning that down. If you like just show her just like bare footages. But what the other stuff B said, I do agree with. So especially the disloyal friend thing.
Cameras, it's all about the bone structure. That's why everybody's getting the fat taken out of their face with the buccal fat removal thing because they want to look camera pretty. And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to look real life pretty. Okay. First of all, I like my cheeks. I think they're fine. I'm aware that they're chubby. Okay. We can't all have super defined cheekbones. Okay. First of all, if I didn't have no cheeks, where my dimples gonna go? Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go if I ain't got no cheeks for them to go in? Secondly, in terms of how I feel about my attractiveness, when I look in the mirror, I see a pretty bitch. So I don't know what everybody else is seeing. It's gonna make me sound so arrogant, but I'm fine with my appearance. I've always been fine with my appearance. I don't know if that's just me because I have a moon in Leo. I'm just a very naturally confident person. It's really other people that make me feel ugly. I don't feel ugly in a vacuum, if I'm being completely honest. And it's not people telling me that I'm ugly. People don't say negative things about my appearance. It's more so being overlooked constantly. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I think it is. I'm interested to see what the men in the comments are going to say after I say this next spiel that I'm going to say. So
before that, and before she get into her next spiel, like I said, she's fine. There's nothing, but you could tell she cares what other people think. And I guess that's what's throwing her off because, like, if you see a pretty girl, then you see a pretty girl. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I don't see her getting looked over, but I just feel like, again, not to repeat myself, but again, you probably don't make yourself approachable. If you make yourself approachable, people will approach you. And I don't know if you really make yourself approachable.
Well, you know how I feel like she's fishing for compliments. Clearly, she says, I want to see what the men will think in the comment section. Okay, ma'am. I don't think, I think I'm pretty. Okay, ma'am. And I think she makes herself very approachable because clearly she knows a lot of guys. So I think she just likes, and she's like, I think she, like I said, she's fishing for compliments. She likes being the center of attention. Um,
She's a
but
Virgo. Virgos like being the center of attention.
yeah, but she has like once you get to know her, you realize she has no loyalty to anybody. She's the type that will literally stab you and watch, and then help you find the knife behind your back. Like it's a no. And I think guys, once you get to know her, they pick up on it and they realize like this is not the person I want around me.
Let's see if that's true. Let's get it to a spill.
oh, I know my strengths, and I'm going to tell you what they are. And you're going to agree, because if you're watching this video, I assume that means you watch my videos, or you've seen my videos before, or you've gotten this far. You clearly like something that I'm saying here. And this is my strength in talking, in the conversation and conversing. This is where I really shine in my one-on-one conversations with people. Even though this is a YouTube video, it might as well be a one-on-one conversation. And I'm aware that the dog is having a nightmare. Sounds like a pig being drowned in a bucket of water. What are like anyway, but I'm aware that I'm well spoken.
What
Okay,
the hell?
because that's who I've learned to be. Okay, I'm well
What
versed
was
in a
that?
variety of topics. I
I think she was imitating a pig snorting.
Yeah, but that was just so random. Like, how did you get sidetracked?
She was looking at it. She got distracted real quick.
Like, that just came out of nowhere. Like, where did that come from? Like, literally, she was going to say her strength, and all of a sudden she started talking about a damn pig.
Yeah, there's a couple times she done got distracted. Like at the earlier video, she was like, "I'm looking at my candles because she don't want nothing burning in the back." It's like, then blow them out if they distract you.
I'm like, and if she does that, like, with when she's out with guys and like on days, like, it, she has more. She need more help than this one-on-one conversation she thinks she's having with us is.
All right, let's get back into the video.
can talk about almost anything. And I'm also aware of if I'm not versed on something, I still know how to carry a conversation by asking questions and really probing into the other person's knowledge of the conversation. Okay. So I don't have issues really when I'm on the date, except for the guy that he was blackout drunk. He doesn't remember having any conversation with me. And that other guy that I was on a date with, that's a whole messy mess. Okay. This man just got engaged and texted me saying that he wanted to celebrate his engagement by going to a strip club with me. Okay. Anyway, it's just the type of men I attract. I'm aware that those are my strengths, right? And you have to know your strengths. You got to know what are you good at talking about. I'm a person who I think
Right.
I can hold.
What's
Right.
up?
What was her strength? Because I didn't get it. I didn't even hear it. All I heard was she talking about a
That she can
man
hold a
going to a
conversation.
strip club. So, like, what exact? Oh,
That she can hold a conversation. I told you she's long-winded, but basically, I can hold a conversation, and even if I don't know anything about the conversation we're having, I at least aware and know that I can still hold it by asking questions, and then maybe learn. That's basically what she said. I can hold a conversation. That's her biggest strength.
okay.
I got you.
A conversation so long as it's not about a pop culture topic or about music or about cars. It's got to be something more philosophical in nature, more broad. Okay. Like I can't tell you anything about exactly anything, but I just gonna have to take my word for it. It was part of the reason why people used to always call me weird and something that I was always made fun of for.
Didn't you call her
That's
weird?
funny.
Did you? You called her weird, didn't you?
Yeah. No, it's it's only funny that she says she can hold a conversation, but you can only hold a conversation about one specific thing. That is not holding a conversation, sis. That is just talking. Like you just know how to talk about things you like to talk about. But if the subject is changed, sis, you are dead. You're dry. You don't know what to talk about. So you just not holding a conversation. You can hold a conversation with a guy and I can talk about an array of information, but you just said you can't talk about cars with me. You can't talk about this. Like even if you don't know it, you still know how to hold a conversation about vehicles with a guy. So I'm sorry. This girl, her strength is in disbelief. She's in denial. Her strength is not in holding a conversation. Sis, you just know how to talk. That's it. You like a fun. Your strength is in being that fun friend to be around. Like we can have fun. Like we can go out, we can go party, but like to pretend you're intellectual or you hold intellectual conversations, girl, don't do it to yourself.
Until I was like maybe 26 years old. And now suddenly it's attractive. But you know who didn't appreciate and value? All those fuckers that turned me down before. Now they're all somebody's baby daddy. You know who didn't learn how to better converse with people to make sure that when you're talking to people, you're fully alert and you're listening and you're giving the proper responses at the right time? Who didn't learn how to be patient with people when maybe they say the wrong thing and trying to laugh off things that might have sounded offensive and still giving that person a shot because maybe they just said the wrong thing or maybe they're nervous. Yeah, they didn't. They certainly didn't. They stayed the same because apparently what they were doing worked for them, because apparently other females like that stuff. You know where I definitely don't stand out on apps where I have to take my own pictures where I don't know my angles. I'm doing like a struggle smile in all of my pictures or having to say something funny or clever. Guys always complain about having to go back and forth with people 4 days before you actually meet them in person. I don't know why I said 4 days, probably because I just watched that Beatrice Caruso video again. I'm going to link it below. And I'm like, yeah, same. I don't like that shit either. I'm actually a really bad texter. I'm going to tell you the last time I talked to a guy on an app. It was on Hinge. Because people say Hinge, that's the one that you really want to go to. It was on Hinge. He was Asian, because that's relevant. Also, race is really relevant for me as a Black woman. Ooh, it's a struggle out here. It's a struggle between trying to figure out who's got a fetish, finding people to take you seriously, and I have a very weird relationship with Black men where
I was just about to ask, do you like Black men? I was just, oh my God, I was just about to ask, do you like Black? Because something tells me, like, she doesn't have that much, especially when the pop culture, the music thing, because, you know, us Black people love talking about our pop culture and music. I bet you she don't get along with Black people a lot, even though she has dreads. I fucking caught. Man, I was thinking about that in my head now. Yeah. Let's see what she says. Wind it up.
Seriously, and I have a very weird relationship with Black men where I don't know if I'm even going to go into it in this video. So I was on Hinge and I'm stupid. This is my fault. I was being a fucking pick-me again. I didn't realize it until I thought about it after this thing happened. On Hinge, for the type of relationship you're looking for, you could put long-term, open to short. And I was like, I'll put that because I'm open-minded. Who knows? And then the first thing that this guy messages me is, how short-term? And I'm like, I didn't completely write him off immediately as I should have. Instead, what I did was I like shit texted him for a week. By that, he would send me a message and then I would take a day to respond. And then I would apologize for taking so long to respond. And then he'd be like, oh, it's fine. And then I would take another 2 days to respond. I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad. And I think that the truth was probably that the fact that dating on the apps is already really hard and goes against my nature because I can't really shine on there. Having to come up with something clever and funny to write, coupled with the fact that this man had literally opened. This is the first thing he said to me was, how short term? And I never should have replied to that. Or if that's, I don't know, maybe I should have. You see how I'm confused? I don't know. I blame the pick me gene that I have apparently, or whatever it is in there. So let me clarify.
By the way, none of that has to do with you being a pick me. I just think you're just a bad texter and you're just awkward. So I don't know what all that has to do with being a pick me, but none of that has anything to do with pick me behavior.
At this point, I have come to agree with her. The fact that sis is in denial and she lives in the land of delusion. Because nothing she has said so far has made any sense. From you claim to be what? Good at communication? Right? Isn't that what she said? She's a good communicator with them, whatever the case might be.
She knows how to hold a conversation.
Oh, she knows how to hold a conversation, but she couldn't even hold a conversation in this text message. Like, it would have been the same thing. Then she claims to be a pick-me. Yeah, I guess she lives for attention. So that, you know, a lot of pick-me have that need to gain attention, so they do pick-me stuff. So, but she's draining, and I can't even imagine the men that like Vader, they get drained. Like she's draining because her personality is too much. Like it's too much of nothing. So it's like you have a bunch of little pieces that came together. And I don't like that. I feel like she just needs one solid piece.
I just think she just needs to find someone that's just. I don't think she. I wouldn't say a brother, but I don't think she likes black men, or just a sort of black men.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think black men have the patience. I'm not even like I'm being honest compared to like Hispanic, or not even Hispanic, like an Asian or a white male. They have a
Hmm.
lot more patience to dedicate to her like unclarity, her like up in the air, her dysfunction, her you know, like mood swings and everything. And like they have the patience to deal with whatever personality they get at that moment. While she also like, helps them engage, help them like build their confidence, you know, because she's pretty. So them being with her is going to be a good look. But I don't think black men have enough patience. Like that requires a lot.
So you think that other races like a white or Hispanic will suit more for her other than a black man?
I think they have the patience to deal with her. I don't think, I don't think, I don't think the black men have the patience to deal with her. They have patience to deal with all sorts of women. It's just her personality trait would not suit a black man properly because what she's asking for, she's unclear. So that means she's going to constantly keep on giving you just random. Like she might want this day. She might want that this day. She might need this day. And so you're going to constantly have to be like draining your own self to like meet wherever she's at on a consistent basis. And I feel like like not Hispanic men, but like a Asian man or a white man. I don't care if they drain their energy trying to maintain her, but I don't want her to like ruin a black man trying to like maintain her or like be on her level or like constantly like help her and guide her. They don't need to do that. There's enough guys that's willing to do that and that can be drained, can be exhausted. I know that sounds terrible, right? That I would rather throw her to the wolves than to give her our good quality men. Like, no, I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying. Um, because the dude, I think I'm gonna rewind it for you because I think she was talking about some of the men she was kind of because she said she was in a relationship where, and I don't know if he was here for it, a man choked like she was being choked and thrown around, and I was like, I don't know if it was a kink or you was just in an abusive relationship, but it was just like the way she talked about it was very nonchalantly. It was just, was you in an abusive relationship or you just had some kink shit, and I don't fucking know, but so sooner or later we'll get back to it. But the about 5 minutes left in the video. Let's get it.
Something important that I feel like I need to tell you. If you want to find a partner, there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with not wanting to be lonely, with wanting somebody to share your life with. I hate when I am looking up like in my 30s and I'm single and lonely, and some bitch is telling me, I shouldn't say it like that. Some woman, some very helpful woman is telling me, you gotta love yourself and you gotta date yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Self-love and self-improvement. Bitch, first of all, I'll have you know, I already love myself. And I know that's not everybody's journey, which is why I'm making this video, because it's my journey. I'm tired of seeing videos of some woman telling me to love myself. I already love myself. Do you know how many baths I take? I don't know why I equate self-love with taking a bath. I know myself. I've put in the work with myself. I've changed a lot about who I am as a person and how I go through life because I was deeply unhappy with myself, mostly not stemming from romantic issues, stemming from general loneliness, not having friends, having people not like me, always getting fired from jobs, just feeling like I wasn't worth it. Definitely not being picked romantically contributed. Definitely 100%. Through that, I have found myself. I love myself. Obviously, I'm not perfect. I'm still growing, and I'll be growing until the day that I leave this planet. And there's nothing wrong with that. I am completely at peace with that, and I love it. I'm ready to have a partner. I'm ready. It's time. When I think about my long-term plans, they have a partner in them. I'm not trying to be one of these single bitches out here that's single for the rest of their life. I have no interest in that. I have a gut instinct that I am meant to find someone. And the reason why I said this video would make some people mad is because I'm sure somebody listened to this video and they probably heard someone who was picky and is probably just not accepting of dating experiences. That's not it. This is when I say that I have been unchosen, and please, if you have similar experiences, I need to hear them. I need to understand what's happening because this can't be normal. I swear, when I see people and they get into groups or they know people or they go about their life and they're meeting people. I see people on dating apps and they're meeting people. I will say I don't have a lot of patience for dating apps. I wasn't always like that. It's just I haven't had really good experiences, or obviously people ghost me just like they ghost everybody else. I've been stood up more than once by somebody that I was supposed to meet where I lived 40 minutes away in the suburbs, and I drove all the way into the city to meet this person, and they stood me up and ghosted me. Never heard from them again. I have only experienced mutual attraction with someone where I liked them and they liked me. I was interested in them and they were interested in me one time. Once. They never became my boyfriend because it just never happened. Nothing ever progressed. I have been in situationships before.
I wonder why. I wonder that one. I kind of wonder why. If y'all had mutual interests, what was stopping y'all from doing something? Now, either they was with someone else, or you was with someone else. But if I don't know, maybe it's just me. If y'all have mutual interest and y'all shown mutual interest, what's stopping y'all? So, but
I already told you she's delusional. That's what's stopping them. She is delusional. She has zero accountability. She does things that will stab you in the back. And when you get to know somebody and you really truly start to see them for who they are, it don't matter if y'all have mutual interests. If that person cannot be trusted, it will never work. And she talking about in the video, people might see it as if somebody who's, what did she say, unsure, or what did she say, that's, I don't know. She said something about people might see this video as if she's something.
That she's picky.
Picky. I'm it never gave that, sis. You're the only one that thinks that. And nothing about this video gave that you were picky.
Or
to be honest,
standards.
Exactly. To be honest, it gave that you would backstab. It gave that you would take your friend's man. You would show your friend, give your friend a man, and then take the man from her. It gave that you claim to not like text messaging, but first of all, you marked that you wanted short term. When the guy asked you about short term, all of a sudden you was just you got scared and ran off, and then started ghosting him. I'll send a text message 2, 3 days later, send a response, but you've seen the text message already. So it didn't give none of that. It gave waste of a time. It gave delusion. It gave, in reality, I could never. That's what.
That one, I do agree with you. I feel like if I'm with you, and I can look, I'm a bad tester too. Don't get me wrong. I am a bad tester. B will tell you
No,
that
I,
sometimes.
no, I'm a terrible texter. Well, I'm a terrible anything. If you
B
need
and
me,
B are
call
terrible
me.
testers, but yet we still find ways to communicate. So, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm with you. I didn't get that either, but I do feel like yeah, if I'm with you, I don't know if I'm gonna get my time wasted or not. So
No, because
like
clearly
especially
this is.
yeah, especially during the talking stages. I feel like during the talking stages, and you know, like is something going to be there, or are you just gonna just ghost me, or are we just not going to hear from you again? Because I can understand like you being ghosted, but it's there was times where I'm hearing like you was doing the ghosting as well. So
She does a lot of the ghosting. Like 75% of the ghosting is done by her. The thing is, she like I tell you, she has attention. Like she seeks attention on a consistent basis. So like you told this man, you told these people you want short term. When he offered you short term, all of a sudden, like it threw you off. Literally, it stated short term. First question he asks you is, "What does he mean by short term?" Because when you hear short term, it means like one night stand, sis. I don't know if you just didn't understand what short term meant. It gave off like, I just want to sleep around. And so when he texts you, all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, I don't want that. And then you started hitting up when you responded, knowing you didn't want that. She was like, I should have responded to the first message. But then you constantly kept on like, it was like, oh, before he forgets me, let me apologize for not responding back. But I'm gonna do it again. Or let me apologize for not responding back, but I'll continue to do it again until eventually he gets exhausted. That's wasting people time. Like you didn't go 4 years without being in a relationship. Nobody, people got to know you and they realized they didn't want to waste their time. So the problem, and to think, well, I did the work, I love myself. No, you do not. Like you can scream it out loud 20,000 times, but in reality, you do not completely 100% love yourself. You have some insecurities. You also waste people time on a consistent basis, and you go after things that don't belong to you, seeking attention because you think, well, if she has it. So no, there's a lot of work you still need to do in yourself. And once you do that work, I'm telling you, you'll be a beacon. People, the guys will flock to you. But as of right now, no, it's delusion.
she's by the way, she's 32. So do you feel like there's still time for her to like switch it around?
Why? Shit, motherfuckers getting divorced at 90 and going and getting remarried at 95. So she has all the time in the world.
Mm, okay. All right. This,
Adoption doesn't stop. She can adopt some older kids if they, the baby age or the baby's machine just came on its last step. She can go, freeze her eggs and then, put it in this little, company and have the eggs available for surrogate to hold the child if she meets her husband later and they want to have kids. She can go freeze her eggs now and prepare for the kids and stuff in the future. But it's like she has time. She has nothing but time. But the problem is, I don't think she noticed that she has a problem. And that's the worst type of group of individuals to say that you've done the work, to say that you're not the problem when everything you've just said, even though it was all over the place, screams you are the problem.
mm, all right. there you have it. Let's wrap up this video.
Or I was in a situationship with one guy for like 2 years, and I met.
By the way, situationships are never good. Not to just stop there, but situationships are never good. Might as well just say fuck buddy.
Situationships before. I was in a situationship with one guy for like 2 years, and I met him online, and I was very surprised that we even ended up in a situationship. When I say I didn't like him, it was because he was a dick, and frankly, he was a bum. He love bombed me.
I'm sorry. Damn plane.
I met him online, and I was very surprised that we even ended up in a situationship. When I say I didn't like him, it was because he was a dick, and frankly, he was a bum. He love bombed me like for the first 3 days, and then he changed, and he never changed back, which means he took his mask off. It's really what happened. It's because he was a fucking Pisces. I feel like all my videos just meander. I feel like I've lost the plot of why I wanted to make this video. I think when I originally came up with this video, I really just wanted to pull apart why it seems like it's so hard to find mutual attraction with someone. It feels like it shouldn't be that hard. Like, it really shouldn't be that hard. I don't know why it's so hard when I like someone for them to like me. I'm gonna say this about the people who are interested in me. There's always a very solid reason why I'm not interested in them. But this concludes my video. Let me know what you think below.
She never told me what she was interested in throughout this whole video. She never really explained what makes her interested in a guy. So even throughout all this video, I don't know what type of guy she likes, or what type of person she would be into. So she could at least explain that. There is nothing in here that would just let me know like what type of guy she likes. And if that's the case, I don't think she knows what type of guy she likes. So it's like, what makes you interested? Like, she was talking about people that's interested in me and not interested in them. It's like, what makes you interested in them? What is it about them that makes you interested in them? And
Wasting time.
Yeah, what is and like you? This is why like I ask women what type of person you are interested in, because I want to know if I'm that guy for you. Because if not, I don't want to waste my time with you. But I don't know. I've noticed, maybe you can back me up on this. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people know what they're really, really interested in.
No, they know. They just don't want to say it out loud. They know.
You think they know? I think
I,
or like a lot of people piggyback what other people want, but it's really not their thing. But you know, it sounds good, so they'll say what usually like most other people say, but
I,
it's kind of like it's not really their forte. I've seen that a lot where people, which is why like
I think more people kind of know what they want, or they have like an idea of what they want and who they want and how it goes about and stuff. But the thing is, they don't want to say it out loud, or they don't want to, like, I guess, block the opportunities for like abundance to come their way. Because, like, like you see somebody, you be like, yeah, I would date this person. I don't think so. I don't like this person. I don't like this about this person. You kind of know. It's just sometimes saying it out loud, like unless you're specific and you're general about exactly what you're seeking and you're praying to God to bring this specific group of individuals towards you, a lot of times you won't say it out loud because you don't want to block an opportunity that you didn't know was there. Like the Pop the Balloon show, when people be like, they like certain group of guys and stuff, and then they be like, oh, I don't want a guy who smokes. And then the guy they like pops a balloon, they're like, well, I don't mind. I was talking about cigarettes. I wasn't talking about weed. I didn't know, I didn't know, like, you said smoke. You didn't say, I don't want to find who smokes cigarettes. You said smoke because you thought a lot of these guys, you didn't think the guy that you was talking about smoked because he didn't look like it. So you was trying to eliminate a bunch of the other guys to find out the guy you like smoked weed. So now you feel like, dang, I wasn't talking about that. Like they know, they don't want to eliminate somebody that, because people would finesse the system for what they think they want versus what's good for them.
That I do agree with. There's a lot of people that out here trying to finesse the system. But, but I just want people to understand. I just want people to, because I think one of the reasons, because I made this theory. I don't know if I shared this theory with you that a, a, a lot of these people, men and women, is like you're gonna see a lot of 40 and 50 and alone people, and like people just not gonna get it when it comes to dating, and there's going to be like more single and lonely people than ever because a lot of people just don't know how to just communicate with each other. So I think there's going to be more single and lonely people in the upcoming years.
I
And
100% agree with that. I think I think in the time that we're in and stuff like that, in this era of like social media revealing, other people's lifestyles and stuff like that, a lot of people, because people are getting divorced because they think there's better out there. People are wanting to pander into these like to the point where I don't know if marriage will be the or say like you remember the high point. Marriage used to be like considered the like you've reached it. You get married, get a house. People have now dissect the true meaning and like everything that is of marriage that comes with marriage and have like individually picked these pieces that they want. So I don't know if marriage will increase or people just tend to be in living situations and like for long periods of time of their life and until they realize they are lonely. But then by that time, I don't know, they might be competing with these 20-year-olds at the age of 60. Because the 20-year-olds are stealing the 60-year-old men, and
it,
the
it's it's
60-year-old women are taking up these 30-year-old men.
it's funny you mentioned that as well because I talk about like I didn't post this video yet on my other page, but and I gotta like kind of like redo it anyway. But it was about pushing back the wall because like you know how Kevin Samuels was talking about once you hit 30 you don't hit the wall, and my theory is like black women not hearing that because now we're seeing a lot of black women that in their 30s they still look 20. They may not feel 20 but they still look 20. Some women in their 40s they look 30, and I feel like they're trying to push back the wall because like they still look good enough to catch a man, and usually by that time they're already married with kids, with multiple kids, or they've been married for 10 years and such. And now in this generation, most people like with 38 and never been 37, 38, never been married in their 40s, never been married or married once and divorced. And it's just like, but they still feel like they can compete with some of the younger people. So I feel like they're trying to, on the outside, physically push back the wall. It's just, you get what I'm
They
saying?
are. No, I agree. They are. Um, Not trying. They have. The wall has been pushed back. 30, even though in reality, 30, you're behind. You're late in life at 30. Like time is of the essence. But the problem is these 40-year-olds, these 50-year-olds, they come kicking. I mean, they're competing amongst the 20-year-olds. And like it's like I don't even understand how a 50-year-old is competing with a 20-year-old, but it's happening. We're seeing that these girls, they're like they're now chasing the guys to fly them out because they see. I'm telling you, social media has revealed some things that people did not know existed. Now that they know, they're unable to go back to being what they used to be. 30, 50-year-olds are not being parents. They're now trying to be outside. Or 20-year-olds are saying, well, let me go find me a 40-year-old man because he's established, he's working, and he wants something young, and he wants some kids. So let me go find him because that's what he wants. And these young guys, what they want is a experienced cat. And so they get with these older women who have all the experience, who like to do these homemade things, who like to cook clean. Because these young girls, they just want to be taken care of. And the older women, they just want good care. They just want to, they're not even asking for too much.
Yeah. Also, I sent you something in your WhatsApp, and it's something I looked up yesterday because I remember saying this, but I just want to reminded myself what was about it, so I wanted to look it up. The life expectancy back in the 1900s, let's just say the 20th century, the 1900s, the average life expectancy was 46, and for black people it was like 33. For black men, it was like 33. For women, it was like 48 for women, and then for black women, it's like 34, 35. So, like most of us, like obviously, I just turned 36, and if this was like 100 years ago, I'd be dead, or I'm just about to hit my life expectancy. So a lot of people, like I said, they usually married with kids right now. Now, since life is double, like most people are living past 60. Hell, some people are living past 80, 90. Some people are 100, 110s, 120s. I think the oldest one was like oldest person in the world is like 120 or something like that. Now it's just like a lot of people feel like they have the time, or like time is extended, which is why I was talking about pushing back the wall, because it's just like I still have time. I still find a man. Let alone like your grandparents, like they've been married since they were 20, and they've been working since. Depending on, at least my grandfather, he dropped out of high school, and not because he was dumb. It was because he had to work for help the family out. But a lot of them, they've been working since they're like 12 or 13. That's all they know. So by the time they get 20, they just looking for a wife and kids. And now, motherfuckers is just like, motherfuckers 30 said, and even her, she was like, she's never, she hasn't been on, she was talking about not being on a date for 4 years, or what was considered a date, and then not really having a relationship until she was like 23 or 25 and shit. And I'm seeing that now. It's just like the world has changed, and that's just in 100 years. So.
Yeah. And to be honest, 100 years feels so it feels so long. But
Hell, 40. You kind of think about it, like the 90s. I feel like the 90s was still like 10 to me. I still feel like the 90s was just like 10 years ago, and like I'm still
yeah,
like
as I said,
like
it
2009.
feels
2009 was yesterday when me and you be in the fucking Navy clubs and
yeah,
shit, or
exactly. That's what I said.
we had the pier and shit.
It feels so long ago, but in reality, the way time is moving so fast, it, I don't know, time is moving fast.
Yeah,
Do you agree?
what? My birthday came and went. June
Yeah.
June came and went. I've been saying this. It's just like it seems like lately it's just like the months is just flying by because we're already like 7 months in.
I know it's about to be New Year's again.
That's what I said. It was like it's about to be New Year's again, and we're over, and I'm over here just thinking to myself, God damn, I've already already worked throughout majority of my you know, I just like passed the year mark for my job, so
Congratulations.
thank you. But it still feels like I done started yesterday. Like I still feel like I'm in my probation period. And like the last time I felt like that when I was in the Navy and I was re-enlisting, and it was like,
Yeah.
damn, I just felt like I just got on this ship. I remember saying that. So it's the same feeling. So
The
uh,
time flew.
yeah,
Time flew.
but even then, I know the reason why I picked this video because like I know sometimes one I don't want to be like one of them people just like be 40 and alone and was still haven't been married or some shit like that. But also too, it's just like how other people felt about dating in this generation. So
You know what's so crazy is we talked about this a lot, several times over, and because I've been married before, and I I don't believe in dating no more. Like, it's first of all, it's not even a thing. Like, to me, being girlfriend boyfriend is a figment of reality. So it's like it's either we're gonna get to know each other as friends and eventually evolve to being husband and wife, or we just leave each other alone. Like, there's no need to break up something that doesn't exist. Like, but as time progresses, it's like you start to question the sanctity and like the value of marriage. It's like,
I
is it
agree. Go ahead, my bad.
does the value of marriage still withhold the value it had for like the 1800s, the 1900s, in the years of the 2000s? Like, do the values still have the same meaning? Is it worth anything, or is it just like at this point, it's like people just getting together so they can financially support each other? Um, like, let's just bring two sources of income together so we can, like, make it work. Versus, okay, we're getting married because we love each other, but now it's like it's a financial thing. Like, does the value of marriage really hold value like it used to compared to now? Because they don't need to get married to be able to, like, oh, let's financially grow. Like, okay, we can split bills, we can do this, we can do that.
Okay, so you believe that like friends could eventually become marriage partners.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead, B. They tell you love you there. Jesse been kicking her ass. I hope it's.
When I hear you saying running back, and I'm like, yep, he can't hear me.
Uh,
I said, no, I said that's where it starts. Like, it has to start from friendship. If it doesn't start from friendship, it's not genuine. Like, you're just two people surviving. That means you have to genuinely care about the person. As a friend, you should care about the person as, like, you want to see great from them. You want to see them win. Like if it's just a roommate situation, like, oh, okay, like, okay, you got this, I got that. I'm working on this. I'm working to do this. That's just individual group of people just doing their own thing. But if it doesn't start from friendship, if it's genuine, it won't last.
I agree. I agree. But this is why I said, I don't know if you remember this. This is why I said you should marry your you should marry your best marriage should be like you're with your best friend, at all times. Because I feel like they're the ones that's gonna hold you accountable, they're gonna hold you down, and then they're not gonna give you bullshit all the time. They're gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And they're usually the one that's going to try to help you get up out your system. And because I do feel like there's people that get in marriages or even relationships that they don't really like each other. Like they may like you from a physical standpoint, from a lesson standpoint, but it's just like personality wise, they can't stand each other. And I can never like understand how you get into a marriage like that. And then that's why I feel like a lot of those people get divorced because it's just like turns out like they don't really click with the person. So I was just like, your marriage should be like your best friend or like someone that you can trust your life with and knowing that they'll make the right decisions and take care of the family, protect the environment, and all that other stuff. So,
Exactly. And if you do not have honest, in-depth conversation with this best friend of yours and know them, truly know them, like it's not that surface level stuff. I don't know who was I talking about where, yeah, we was having our podcast and I said, I don't need the whole, oh, being afraid to talk about finances. That's crazy to me. I can't be afraid to talk about money with the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Because when things go left, you should have already known this about this person. Y'all should have already had these conversations about how life would look if one person goes broke, if another person goes broke, if we both go into a financial rut. Like, what are we willing to do? Like, what sacrifices are we willing to make for each other? Because regardless of what, finance can be the biggest demon in somebody's house. It's not love.
facts.
It's not. It's not. Caring for someone. When money is involved, it can be the biggest demon in somebody's life because you don't know how this person functions broke. This person may become very vindictive, very angry, start looking at you crazy because they can't make the money that they're accustomed to. So if you can't have these conversations, then what are y'all doing? If you can't talk to them in regards to like if I get sick, what is the plan? Like if let's say one day I end up having cancer or something, do you think we should like separate and like or would you ride it through with me and stick around? Or like but you too afraid. What if I can't, I lose my job and I can't work for a couple of months? I can't find something. What if I want to go back to school and get an education? Would you be willing to hold me down while I go to school so I can get a better job later? Like these are the things. Like if you can't have these long, crazy conversations with somebody, like oh we need to be putting investment. I feel like we should, take all this money. Let's start saving this. If you're not having these type of conversations, okay, we can function on this income. Oh, okay, if we move in together, these are the things I want. Like these are the non-negotiables that even if we was to live together, get married, these are the things that it's a non-negotiable. They're moving in with us. Like these things are coming with us, and so you're prepared. Like y'all, if y'all not having strong conversations, then what are y'all doing? Because that's why I say you have to be friends first, because you can have these conversations. You can know these person without no like questions.
Exactly. And FYI, I'll ride it out with you, B. I'll definitely ride it out with you. But but yeah, everything needs shoot. anything in a relationship, the first person you need to discuss it is with your significant other, because there's no reason for you to like make moves without at least informing the other person. It's just like, especially if you know something drastic change, you gotta plan. You gotta have plans on top of plans on top of plans for that shit. Just so you know, it's just so if they can do that, y'all know what to do with that plan. So,
Exactly.
but okay, overall, what you think about the video? B, what you think about the video, B? Yo, Jesse is kicking her ass.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Jesse is kicking your ass.
She is. I said, do you want me to be honest or not?
Be honest, girl. Please, I always want you to be honest.
Well, I think homegirl is beyond trash to me. I think she has so much work that she needs to do, and any guy that even takes her serious has to be beyond patient, because a person who never sees their wrong, who never sees their faults, never sees any of their issues, you could never conversate with them, or they could never see change anytime soon. Because in their mind, they're perfect. They're the best thing popping. And so, and there's different things that she brought out and revealed that makes her untrustworthy. And she would be great if you wanted a girl that would go the extra mile. That means like if you owned a business and you needed somebody to like sleep with somebody to kind of help you get a contract, she seems like the type that you would find. Like that's the kind of girl you would do. But I don't think she knows, and I don't think in the land of delusion she lives in would be any good for nobody.
Oh shit! You ask for honesty, and that's what you get. Damn. Oh man, I just did you I will say this. She feels like an awkward person to talk to, even though she says she can hold a conversation. Something about her is just like awkward and not like, maybe she's smart, but she's just not there, and it's just like she may be socially awkward, or it's something about her that's just give this, and you said it, weirdo vibes. And but I also agree with you that, and she says she was a narcissist. She says she was a narcissist. I think there are things that I feel like um
Okay.
she
So I must have missed some portions in the beginning that kind of really, enveloped the personality. But
yeah,
from what I caught,
most of the beginning was fluff. It was real fluff. But if you, I mean, I'll send you a link in the video if you weren't watching again.
oh no, I don't need no more. She took a lot of my energy already. I feel depleted.
But
From
yeah,
the point where we started, I feel like I've gotten a good sense of who she is. The
yeah, that's why I
narcissist,
started
I
right
could
there.
agree.
That's why I started right there. I was like, I don't need to go to the beginning because the beginning was kind of fluff. But this, I don't know. It's something about her. I will say this, something about her is off to me, and like maybe B has a better, which is why hit you up because maybe you have a better feeling about it because you're on point with these things. I will admit that when you point something out for some reason, 5 minutes later, it's right there, and then I may not see it, but I know you got a "I told you so" face. But yeah, but this is why I was like, yo, I need to hit B on this. So this turned into a little after party. But I do I'm not gonna do it now, but there is another video that I want to run by you that um I feel like we could do tonight if you're willing to do it. Because I'm in a content creating mood.
Well, we can always end this one. And well, do you have to go to work? No, you
No,
should
it's
be
my
good.
day off, but
Or you want to go to sleep?
yeah.
Okay. All
And
right
once I
then.
wake up, we
We,
can just pick up where we left off and shit. It's just better.
okay. We can do it. We can do it later.
All right.
Um,
But I'm glad that you showed up. I didn't. So
yeah,
um
I wasn't expecting it, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
yeah, that's mostly my fault. That's my spur of the moment thing, but
Oh no, I 100% love this. So I've been screaming at you. I've been sending you content on a consistent basis to try
I
and get us
know.
to do videos. But you still do videos and stuff. But I'll be like, I want us to talk about this. I want to talk about this. Like just be two people on the phone, just like just the normal. We just be talking.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little nap, and then like sooner either when I wake up or when I get back to it, we can do the other one because this one the other one seems interesting, and I'm not gonna watch it until I watch it with you. So, but for now,
Okay.
yeah, but for now, I'm gonna end it. I might as well just relabel this to an after party. But the real after party is gonna be later tonight, so y'all tune into that one. I am Ray. That is the lovely material life, and we're signing out right now. Peace.
Peace.